So Blaire White is this YouTuber. She's transgender, calls herself a tranny. Why trannies are too easily triggered. Okay, so you're transgender, which I did not know when I first started watching.
Okay.
Like I got like 3 videos in, and then you said something about being a tranny, and I was like, what? Okay, so as a trans woman, girl, person,
Ladyboy.
Hi. Whatever pronoun you want to go by.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be a tranny.
We need to go back to what you just said because that's very interesting.
Okay.
I've never heard that before. So you just said
it's a mental illness.
It's a mental illness. Okay, so here's my question with that. Because I was talking to somebody recently about this. I think we might have been talking on the podcast, and I made them cut it out because I'm like, that was too far. Like, so transgender, has nobody really ever said what it is? Because everybody's like, my soul's in a different body. Like, but
That's
I'm
so
like,
annoying.
I'm like, but what if you don't believe in God? Then what? So you don't believe in souls. So then what is it?
annoying.
Then I'm like, is it a mental illness? Because technically that might be what it is. But then some people are like, well, is being gay a mental illness? I'm like, maybe. I don't fucking know. Like, none of us know. I feel the same way. I feel like it's almost trendy right now to be a parent, to be like, well, Cindy wants to be a boy, like when she's 4 or 5. Cindy wants to be a boy, so we're going to let her call herself Tom, and like she's going to be this gender and this thing, and like let her go to school in a baseball hat, and like if she wants to take pills, we're going to give her the pills. And I'm just like,
that's my thoughts.
So Wendy Williams did something that pissed a bunch of people off, and I'm curious what your thoughts on it, even though I already know what they're going to be. So she had 2 transgendered people on her show. It was a boy and a girl, and they looked really good. They were like models or actors or something. And then Wendy turned to, I think it was the guy or the girl, one of them, and said like, oh my God, you are serving realness. And everybody went crazy because they're like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean, Wendy? Like, we are real. We are women. We are men. People went crazy and came for Wendy. What are your thoughts on it? When people, so for example, you, like when I saw you, I was like, oh, I thought you were right off the top of my head the whole time. And then when I saw a few videos in, I'm like, oh, you're trans. I didn't know that. In person, I see you and like, you look like a beautiful girl. Mm-hmm. Is that triggering? Like, does that make you mad? Because you're like, I am a fucking girl. Or like,
there's people who call themselves non-binary, which is people who don't think they're either or, which is like, I'll let you figure that out, but you're not a third gender just because you don't know what you are.
Right. Like, why do you have to be like, oh, I'm a binary gray, whatever, no offense, binary gray, whatever. And you're like, because I'm a boy, but I'm a girl and I want to whatever. Why can't you just be a boy who likes Barbies or a girl who likes train sets or this, that? Why can't you just be yourself and like, why do you have to put 5 labels on it?
Yeah.
I'm curious if that's a fad. I remember watching one of these videos from this person who said they were multiple genders and they were talking about what they want from the world. And they're like, oh, if I'm at a restaurant, I want the first thing the waiter says to me to be, what pronoun do you go by?
Oh, get out of here.
So
fucking food, you asshole.
That sounds crazy.
Do you want water or you want ice?
Thank you. I can't. I don't want to live in that world.
I don't either.
I don't want to live in that world.
What pronouns should I use?
There was like a law passed in New York, or it was going to be passed or something, where they would literally fine businesses like $250K if they misgendered one of their employees, which is so insane. But it included like they and them pronouns and Z and Zer pronouns. It wasn't just he and
Z
she.
and who?
Those are like my other pronouns, Z and Zer. I just call it like Invader Zim.
Goodness.
But that's
an interesting thing you said in a video that I really responded to. You said, as trans people, we shouldn't be getting so offended. We should have thicker skin than everybody else because we've had to go through so much. So it is interesting that some of these trans people online are so offended by everything, which makes me think like, what? Like you say, you've been through so much. Like, you're not offended by somebody accidentally calling you him. Who gives a fuck? Literally, who cares?
It really.
I can't believe it. That girl's so sexy. Dude, are you crazy? I think that's a tranny. Want me out? Check her out. Dude, you can see it popping out. Check me out. Check me out.